My mom's goddaughter, let's call her Jen, 29, asked me, 25 female, to do a painting for her because she saw I did one for a mutual friend. Let's call her Anna. Jen wanted the painting as a gift for her father, who's a retired photographer. Here's the thing, Anna paid me for the painting and everything went smoothly. She posted a picture of the painting with her mom as she was gifting it to her. Well, Jen saw that painting and became interested in one for her father. The problem is, she wanted me to do it for free. She said she would advertise it on her Instagram and tell her fans to buy from me in exchange for the painting. I told her no, as I'm not in a great financial spot right now and I cannot afford to do something for free. She wanted a custom-sized canvas, which is not commonly found in stores. I would either have to make it myself or find it online for a reasonable price. I explained this to her, but she still didn't understand. She said I already had the materials on hand and that she didn't think art materials were that expensive. She accused me of being greedy and not having a vision for business, claiming that her exposure would be more valuable than my art. She also said she wanted me to pay her $200 on top for the free painting, arguing that with her help I would make a lot of money and companies would pay her to review things. She pointed out that every creative artist or individual, including her father, did free work initially. Everything went downhill when she noticed I wasn't replying. I was working. She started talking down on me because I was let go from the military for medical reasons beyond my control. She said I'd failed at everything, including that, and she was giving me the option to succeed and make my parents proud. Since I wasn't replying, she called my mom to complain that I didn't want to do a free painting for her. As I mentioned, she's my mom's goddaughter, and my mom seems to have a preference for her. Mom called me back and demanded I do the painting for free. I became enraged. Jen's words about my parents not being proud of me stuck in my head. So I decided to draw a 2-second sketch and told her that was her free painting and to leave me alone. She became angry and threatened to post on her socials, telling her followers not to buy from me and ruin my art career. I've received a few phone calls from my mom, which I haven't answered, and some hate messages from what I assume are her followers. Am I the idiot for exposing an influencer to her family after she demanded a free painting and $200 on top of that? The more influencers who get exposed for the cons they are, the better. Expose away. Not the idiot, and please expose her text to the girl's dad. He's an artist, and I'm sure he would be so proud of his baby girl for having zero appreciation of the process, cost, or heart that goes into the work. Jen sounds like a spoiled, insufferable brat. Yes, expose her. That's extortion. Your mom also sucks as much as this chick does. Not to mention, mom is probably a doormat who would rather throw her own child under the bus than look bad in front of her friend. Oh, and another thing. Since Jen brought parents into this, tell her dad she's using his name to try and get things for free. Yes, riding on his coattails. Go fully nuclear and share receipts of all the idiot moves she's pulled, including roping your mum into her entitlement. Tell everyone you can. Hopefully her followers start dropping her. This is why I can't stand influencers. She's a lowlife who wants everything for free and has no problem manipulating others to do so. Cut her off and tell your mother you don't do business with people like that. I, 27 male, have lived with my girlfriend, 24, for 3 years. We've been together for over 3 years. So today, I was at work, she's been sick at home for a week, and now it's more of a recovery phase since she doesn't have a fever, etc. At work, I got busy and didn't have much time for anything, but I received a message from the courier that he would be delivering a package to us today. The package is home apparel for both of us, not just me. Anyway, I saw the message, took a screenshot and sent it to my girlfriend on Instagram, 10 a.m. Then there was another customer at work talking to me, so I didn't write anything else to her, just the screen with pickup code. She hasn't responded, which is okay as she might not have seen it or been sleeping. So at 12:30 p.m. I'm on lunch. It popped into my mind that the courier would be delivering the package today. My girlfriend hasn't responded, so I called her and asked if she could pick it up when the courier comes, and I sent her the screenshot. She asked where I sent it. I said Instagram. So she checks it and tells me, "That's everything you sent me? I could have missed it. Why didn't you write something else? Why didn't you say, please?" I told her that I was busy, you know the story from above, and that I was calling her to let her know that the courier would come between 1 and 3 p.m. She insisted I was supposed to write please. I said please at the start of the call, and we kind of got into an argument just because of this. Am I being impolite for not writing please? I know if I were at her place I wouldn't care and would just pick it up, and 100% I wouldn't mind if she didn't say please when she'd been busy. Info. I guess I'm more curious as to why you sent her the details through Instagram and not text her phone directly. Wouldn't that have got some quicker acknowledgement from her? That said, I think she's overreacting regarding a please not being in there a bit. Sure, it would have been more polite, but you were just trying to get the message out fast since you were working. Either the girlfriend is a bit unhinged, or OP has a recurring stint of texting like a Neanderthal, never saying please. The girlfriend is also recovering from being sick. Certainly doesn't excuse it, but this could be out of character for her. She's probably exhausted. OP, issue a half-hearted sorry and move on. I'm guessing she was just cranky from being sick, and probably a little bored and tired from likely not sleeping well, typical when you're sick. But perhaps a bit ridiculously immature too? I think you are the idiot. There was no reason for this to cause an argument. All OP had to do was apologise. Apologies are not just for malicious acts, but also for accidental harm. If you bumped into someone by mistake, you'd apologise, right? Even though you had no intention of harming them. OP is claiming they didn't intend to cause harm and that it was just an inadvertent slip-up because they were so busy. Well, if that's true, then why fight so hard to justify it and refuse to apologise? It makes me think there's a deeper issue here. My sister, 24, and I, 26 female, never really had the best relationship growing up. I've always tried to keep it civil, but she wouldn't. She's always been rude to me and would try to speak on my behalf as if she were my lawyer. To make things relevant, I'm on the spectrum. She would constantly convince me to say no whenever others asked me a question, tell me to shut up whenever I talked to my friends or anyone that wanted to have a conversation with me, or my sister would shake her head no either because she disapproves of something or she simply wants me to shut up. This past weekend, my parents asked my sister and me to meet at a restaurant for dinner as we hadn't seen each other in weeks, and my parents both wanted to treat us well. We met them in the restaurant, and everything went well until it was time to order. I'm not much of an eater, so I wanted to order some of the appetizers, but my parents encouraged me to buy an entree so I could have some food to take home if I didn't finish. I thought about getting it, but saw my sister shaking her head. I asked her what her issue was, and she said that she knew I didn't need the entree and therefore I shouldn't waste money or food. My parents told her that wasn't her concern and that I could order for myself. I ordered the entree I liked and my sister glared at me the entire time when our food came. I finished my food and I guess I didn't really need to take leftovers home since they were all gone. LOL. When asked if we wanted dessert, my dad asked me if I would like some. I said I was full, but my dad said he'd want me to at least take something home, so I ordered a cheesecake. That was when my sister snapped. She called me a spoiled brat for wasting food and our father's money, and why did I need dessert? My dad told my sister to calm down and said she could get dessert too. My sister got angrier and called me names such as a fat pig. I'm around 115, so not even close. A yes woman, whatever that means, and how I'm wasting money. I make my own money, so I don't know what her issue was. I didn't want to be around her, so I just got up and left. My parents begged me to stay as we planned to get coffee somewhere else afterward, but I declined. I couldn't stay if my sister was going to continue to be there. I even changed my mind about dessert. When I got home, I got a couple of calls from my parents apologising on my sister's behalf, and my mom said I shouldn't have walked out and let my sister get the better of me. She tends to defend my sister a lot, so I told her she needed to wake up and understand how my sister has always tried to control me for reasons I can't understand. Am I the idiot for walking out? Not the idiot. Stop attending events if your sister is invited. She's evil and you don't deserve a devil ruining your day. The next time your parents invite you two to dinner, tell them you'd love to have a meal with the two of them, but you're taking a break from your sister. Tell them she has unknown mental health issues that make her obsessed with you and you need a break from it. Tell them you hope the break gives her the time to get a life and quit worrying about yours. Agreed. Explain that you need a break from your sister because you're not obligated to subject yourself to her negativity. However, say that you'll change your mind if they agree to you bringing a water pistol and shooting your sister with it every time she says something inappropriate. Yes, this is the way. It's like a spray bottle for an errant pet. Oh, I'd love to watch that. Psst. Also, tell your mom that she didn't get the better of you. You didn't blow up on her and give in to her like she wanted. You yourself removed yourself from a situation you didn't want to be in. Nice and calm and in control. Suck on that, little sis. I, 29 female, have been married to my husband, 32, for 4 years. His mother, 61 female, is an amazing cook and everyone in the family raves about her meals. There's just one problem. I have severe food intolerances. I can't eat gluten or dairy without getting violently ill. I'm not talking about mild discomfort, I mean full body pain, nausea and digestive issues that can last for days. From the beginning, I made it clear to my mother-in-law that my food restrictions weren't a preference or a diet choice, they were a medical necessity. She acted understanding at first, saying she'd accommodate me, but every time she hosted a family dinner, there would be special meals made for me that always ended up containing something I couldn't eat. She made me a pasta dish for the first time and proudly said it was gluten-free, but after one bite I realised she used soy sauce in the sauce, which contains wheat. She laughed when I pointed it out and said, "Oh, it's just a little bit, that shouldn't hurt, right?" Another time she made mashed potatoes and assured me they were dairy-free. After eating half my portion, she casually added, "Just a little butter for flavour because it's not really dairy." I spent the next day sick in bed. After that, I started bringing my own food. I made sure it was nothing extravagant, usually just a small meal for myself, something simple like a salad with chicken or a rice and veggie dish. I never made a big deal about it. I quietly plate my food while everyone else ate what my mother-in-law made, but the first time I did this, she was furious. She said it was incredibly rude and made her feel like I didn't trust her cooking. I calmly explained that after getting sick multiple times from meals she made, I had to be cautious. She insisted she'd be more careful, but then at the next dinner, she made a soup that she swore was gluten-free, only for me to later find out she thickened it with flour. That was the last straw. From that point on, I refused to eat anything she made. Things escalated at the last family dinner. I brought my own food as usual, but this time my mother-in-law refused to let me eat it. She said I was being disrespectful by not even trying her food. I told her that after getting sick from her meals multiple times, I wasn't willing to take the risk. She snapped, calling me entitled and saying I was ruining family dinners with my pickiness. I lost my temper and said, "My health isn't up for debate and I'm not going to apologise for taking care of myself." Then I left early. Now my husband is upset. He understands my side but thinks I could have just eaten beforehand to avoid the drama. His family is mad at me and my mother-in-law is acting like she's the victim. I'm starting to wonder, should I have just sucked it up and eaten before coming over instead of bringing my own food? Was I too harsh? You are the idiot. Your husband must either be rich or incredibly handsome for you to put up with this crap for so long from him. Your protector isn't doing a thing to rein in his idiot mother's behaviour that is damaging your health. Your mother-in-law is definitely a gigantic flaming hemorrhoid of the universe, with the husband being a close runner-up. Geez, I'd never visit the mother-in-law again. If there are kids, they don't visit either. And if hubby took her side, I would reconsider the marriage. I have friends with dietary issues and have a few myself, so we always make sure there are food options that don't make anyone sick, and sometimes we provide our own foods at get-togethers. No dinner is worth becoming sick or experiencing an unnecessary hospital stay. I tell the mother-in-law that since she can't be trusted with food for an adult who can sniff out allergens, she will never be allowed unsupervised access to any grandkids since she can't take it seriously. Honey, you have a husband problem. Not to say your mother-in-law is not either stupid, passive-aggressive or just plain evil. It's one of those because who keeps hurting someone on purpose? That's abuse and your husband is upset? Take care of yourself, your husband isn't. He should be just as mad at his mother as you are. I'd be livid in his position. When my sister, 26 female, and I, 24 female, were kids, we hated each other. My sister was very hard to get along with and she never had any friends as a result of this. She's the type of person who always thinks she's right and can never apologise or admit when she's wrong. As an adult, she still has no friends. She decided to drink the trad wife Kool-Aid. She met her husband in college, got pregnant and dropped out. They have 4 children under the age of 8 together and the youngest is disabled. I just finished law school and I'm starting my career. My husband already has an established career and we're dinks, double income, no kids. We don't intend to have any children. My sister has historically talked down to us at family events. She says we don't even understand what we're missing out on, we'll never know what true and unconditional love is, etc. Very condescending as always. Lately, she and her husband have been fighting. Apparently, per my mother, he's never let her access his income. He gives her cash for groceries. The bills and stuff have always been in his name. Apparently, he's been cheating too. My sister has asked me to watch her kids on the weekend so she can save up money to be able to evaluate her options, aka leaving her husband. When she came to me and asked this, I asked her, "But isn't being a traditional wife your calling? You've told us this several times. You must have forgotten, but traditional wives aren't supposed to work." I kind of laughed at how she explained that maybe being a trad wife isn't for her after all. Eventually, I just shut her down and told her that she picked this life, which she has always insisted is superior to mine. Time to learn to deal with the problems that come with it. My parents can't watch her kids because dad is at work on an oil pipeline and mom is too old to be working the hours she's already working. Our other relatives don't live close enough to do it. She also asked my parents to move in with them and my dad shut it down. He can't really stand her kids. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot for not wanting to watch her kids, but very much the idiot for being smug about her current situation. You can say no thank you without rubbing the puppy's nose in her mess. You don't need to explain why you don't want to watch her kids. No is reason enough. And be like, good luck figuring it out. Yeah, this is the thing about trad wives. When it works, but when it goes wrong, which is not uncommon, one side has all the leverage. Some women get infatuated with the idea of being subordinated and taken care of, but they don't consider what happens when, 10 years later, their trad husband looks for something young and pretty to dominate, and they have no money, no job skills, and 3 kids. OP, you are the idiot, not for not watching the kids, but you accusing her of looking down at you is kind of ironic. You are equally condescending from your words above, and it takes a lot for me to defend a trad wife. She's being abused. She wants a way out. You can help her, and the options for a way out of this are running low if she's asking for help from a sister who hates her.